back for another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Freddy Kruger mask out of latex. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily awesomeness. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a Freddy Kruger mask. I'm doing the old style, of course, because the new style looks absolutely horrible. I'm doing the Robert Englund sort of style. So when you're starting off with making a Freddy Kruger mask, what you're going to want to get is liquid latex. You can use any type of liquid latex that is non-toxic to your skin. This is actually mask latex. I recommend getting this. This is actually from Monster Makers, this exact type, but I actually got off Cybergraphic Designs. Because the liquid latex from Monster Makers has really high shipping, and yeah, it's like really expensive, but getting off this website, it was only like $21, and you can also get it off Amazon, but on Amazon the shipping was a little too high to what was in my price range, but it wasn't as high as Monster Maker. So if you're going to get it, I would recommend getting it off this website. And also it has a little spray nozzle that doesn't really do much, but yeah. Now with getting clay, you can use any type of clay. You can use even Crayola clay. It doesn't really matter what you use. The kind that I use is actually a $10 clay, and it is actually, I believe, Hobby Lobby brand. Now one thing you will definitely need to have is a mannequin head. I actually still have the sculpt on this because it isn't fully dry yet, so I can't actually break it off. This is actually really heavy. This is like 10 pounds. So with making your mask, you want to get a really good mannequin head, and the mannequin head you want to get is just a styrofoam mannequin head. You can get these from Hobby Lobby, Michaels, any place like that. And yeah, now you want to start covering it with clay. My head is actually 25 inches. So I had to build this up quite a bit because it was only 21 inches, so I had to build it up a few inches. And yeah, and then I just started sculpting away at it, and then I got some of the eyebrow detail and everything, and the teeth. And yeah, and then I started like indenting it with my thumb, like in the mouth area. It's kind of hard to hold this up in the mouth area. And all these parts are kind of like squiggly lines. The top of it kind of looks like a brain, but yeah. And the ears look really good. I sculpted these, and I used a reference picture of Freddy Kruger, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And once you build it up, you want to let this dry for about 10 minutes. Not fully hardened where it starts cracking, but so that the water that you use to smooth out some parts on it kind of absorbs into the clay, and it gets a little bit harder because you don't want to be working with this, and then the latex kind of sticks to the clay. You want to have this kind of preserved for about 10 minutes or so. So after that, you want to get some cheap paintbrushes. You want to get some paintbrushes. They're only like $2 or so. I got a pack of 3, I believe, that was only $2, and I did this trick to where I only applied 3 layers of liquid latex to this with each paintbrush, and I would throw it away because I couldn't wash it out in the sink because of course it will clog up the sink, and it was way too cold outside to use the water hose. It would have literally like made my hands like freeze, so I couldn't do that outside, so I had to wash it off in a bowl full of water to do it, and it still like stuck to the bristles of the brush because it wasn't like a stream going on to it, so it didn't really get out. And I even like tried to pull it off with like a paper towel in my hand, still didn't really come off. So I only applied 3 coats with each paintbrush. So each paintbrush that you use, you're going to have to eventually throw it away. Don't get really like expensive paintbrushes because you are going to have to throw them away after you're done with this, so I would recommend getting some really cheap paintbrushes. So what you want to do with applying latex is you just want to squirt out a little bit, not too much to start because you don't want to waste latex. So you want to just squirt it out. And then what you want to do is then you want to just start painting it on. The first layer doesn't have to be too neat because it's just the beginning layer, and you want it kind of thin. But all the rest of the layers you want to kind of like goop it on in the middle layers, and then on the last layer you want it kind of thin. This is actually the final product, so I actually had to color the last layers, like the last like 4 layers, with like a skin color mixed with a little bit of gray. And it gives it kind of the flesh tone that I was looking for. And yeah, so you just want to keep building it up. And I believe mine was 12 layers thick. 12 layers is really thick and really good. Now, if you're wondering how I got it so wrinkly, well, let me put this down. Oh my gosh, this is heavy. I actually used paper towels on this to kind of build it up and get the really wrinkly design, and also to make the latex a lot thicker and kind of give it an extra thickness that I wanted. So I used some tissue and I just went over all the area while the latex was still wet, and then I used my paintbrush and then got a little bit of latex on it and then just kind of embedded it into it. Now some of this still sticks up because it wasn't fully stuck down, because I couldn't really see it because actually I had to lay this on its back. And this kind of latex I think is the best to get because it still stays tacky in the inside, so it kind of sticks to your face and you don't even really need a elastic band or anything to hold this on. Now, with making a Freddy Krueger mask, of course you want to pull up like pictures on images on Google and kind of get your design for how this is going to look. You want to size it up to your head and just really sculpt it a lot. Now, all of these burn marks were actually painted with other paintbrushes, like smaller paintbrushes, and I just used red. Now, all the paint that you use on this, you want to mix it with liquid latex because paint will crack off and peel off and it will just fall apart over time. So what you want to do is mix in a little bit of latex to where it's basically like painting on latex, just colored latex, so it'll stick a lot better. And use acrylic paint. If you try to spray paint this, it will just completely like fall off, and of course you can't mix liquid latex with paint unless you get latex spray paint. Now, as far as the teeth go, I actually hand painted these on and I forgot to mix in latex, but that's fine. And I just painted some black there, let that dry, and then I went back over with a little bit of tan to get kind of like the old teeth design. And then with peeling it off, I just put a little bit of baby powder on the forehead and like the mouth area. I didn't put any in the inside, but this latex doesn't really stick to itself, so if you don't have baby powder, you don't actually have to use it with this latex. Now, if you have any other latex, I would recommend trying that out. I've been working with this latex though for about like I believe it's been like 2 years now, and I've been working with this for a long time, and this is really useful for doing everything. And the inside actually looks pretty clean, and yeah, I'm really happy with this. Alright, let me put this on now. See? This is what it looks like, guys. It looks really good. Yeah, I'm just really happy with the design of it. It just looks so creepy. I love how the eyes look on it. I just love this mask. Perfectly sized for my head. I kind of articulate it. This latex is like strangely a lot like silicone, which a lot of latex is nothing like silicone. It's kind of weird how this like kind of sticks to my head. So yeah, guys, once you're done, this is what it's going to look like. I have this Freddy cat that I got a few years ago, and yeah, guys, I love this. This is actually a Freddy 12 I got for like $60 at a geek store. Really like it. Yeah, it's really creepy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily awesomeness. Other than that, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye guys!